We were asked to do a think piece on governance. Basically, if ALA were just coming into existence, what would we like to see? And so the six of us worked to create some ideas for ALA that we thought might make for a really good organization.
Now, some of the most controversial recommendations that brought some people up, not to criticize, but just to bring some concerns, were the elimination of ALA Council and the expansion of the executive board. Tell us how your committee came about those recommendations.
Okay, so one of the first things we did as we were coming together was to come up with a brainstorming session, and we just came up with as many ideas as we could come up with, and came up with dozens and dozens of ideas, and that was one of them that somebody came up with. I wish I could take credit for it, because ultimately I think it was a very good idea. And we spent 2 weeks deciding on which of those ideas we wanted to vote for. We had a secret ballot, and the 6 members of the group voted, and that was one of the ones that got the most votes. And I think I was probably somebody who took a couple of weeks to think about it, to make sure that I really did think it would make sense. And ultimately, we felt that direct representation is a good thing, and that people are highly motivated to join ALA, and they care a lot about its direction. And if we essentially force them to vote on its direction, if we expand the existing ballot measures that are already there for them to put their ideas out there for vote, that we could really get a great deal of enthusiasm and increased loyalty, and definitely increase voting percentages. Right now it's at 18%, and we think that it would really go up if there were more direct representation.
Now, another recommendation that brought some discussion was the fact about tying ALA membership in chapters. Tell us a little bit about that.
Right. So one of the things that I should mention about the Future Perfect Task Force is that there were just 6 of us. We only had a few months to work. It was a year-long appointment. So, by the time we'd agreed that this was one of the things we wanted to work on, we only had 6 months to really figure out how to write it up. So we've decided to work very much on what we were suggesting and why we were suggesting something, not how it would be implemented. So we don't have any financial discussion. What we decided was to talk about, from a member perspective, do I want to have to figure out what ALA is doing and what my local state chapter is doing, or do I want to know that they're working together on advocacy issues? Do I want to have a single payment each year for my library association dues? And the answer is yes. And I'm the New Jersey Library Association treasurer. I understand that there are great implications in terms of finance and also in terms of independence. And we don't want to take any of that away. What we want to do is create a seamless interface for the membership.
And so what is the next step for this committee? Is your work done? What do you do now?
We had 2 goals. The goal was to stimulate discussion, and the goal was to influence the next strategic plan. And we only had 2 audiences. We had the executive board and we had council. So yeah, the group is done. We have presented our report. We've stimulated discussion.
You're still standing.
We're still standing. And and we think that they were really enthusiastic about addressing the issues that we care about. And if the executive board and council, and I hope the membership, is really engaged and really excited about solving the problems that we addressed, the problems of member engagement, the problems of 18% vote. We haven't yet talked about it, but what we feel is underfunding for diversity initiatives, and not devoting enough staff to diversity initiatives, which is not, the diversity initiatives are amazing, absolutely incredibly good, and we think that they would be even better with more money and more staff. If the membership and council and executive board are willing to address these issues, we've done our job. They're already willing to address them, but if they focus on them, if we've highlighted these issues among many, many issues that ALA could focus on, we've done our job.